419-754-DETOX today.
Good to see you once again on this Sunday for our In Touch program. Glad to have with us today Heather Sheehy. She is with the ProMedica Sleep Labs joining us. And it was kind of a personal contact that I made this week because I need to figure out for myself, after a long holiday break, like many of our viewers out there, Heather, they are trying to get back on schedule as far as sleep is concerned. So that is where the crux of our conversation is. Okay. 3 different points to that. First, I want to talk about how important it is to get back on schedule. Tell me.
It's important. It's very important because we have to be able to function. We're no longer off, and we have to get back to work, we have to get back to school, and we have to be able to function. Really, the best advice I can give is to not go off of that sleep schedule. But nobody wants to hear that because I'm on vacation, I'm on break.
I didn't want to get up at 3:30 in the or at 2:45 in the morning during my holiday break, but you're saying try to stay as close to that as possible.
Absolutely. It's going to make it easier when you do go back. But of course, we want to stay up later. We're on break. We want to sleep in, and that's absolutely fine. So as we know that our break time is ending, what we can do, what we should do, is take 1, 2, 3, maybe up to 4 days, depending on how far off of our schedule we got, to start bringing us back to our normal schedule. And what do I mean by that? So you want to start going to bed an hour earlier on your break than you had been when you're on this break. If you've been staying up till midnight, go to bed at 11. Do that the first night. The second night, go to bed at 10. At the same time, set your alarm, even though you're on break, and get up at what time you need to for school, for work. 5, 6. So who wants to do that on break as well? Not many people. But that's really what you should do. You can find that on that first night, yes, I did go to bed at 11. I tried to do that, but I'm laying there awake. You know, I can't sleep.
Guilty, here. It happened to me.
And that's fine. That's absolutely fine. So go ahead and get out of bed. Get out of bed, do something relaxing. Don't turn on the TV, don't get on social media, that type of thing. Read a book in some dim light.
Well, that was the thing we were talking about before we came on today. We were saying preparing for sleep, which is a concept that's interesting and maybe something that a lot of people don't think about. How do you prepare for sleep?
So when you prepare for sleep, you need to let your body know, you need to let your mind know that it's time to go to bed. It's time to rest, it's time to shut down, it's time to rejuvenate.
Besides just seeing the clock and thinking I'm getting close.
Exactly, absolutely. You know, we were talking, you prepare for work, you prepare for an exam at school. We prepare for sporting events, but very few of us prepare ourselves to go to sleep and get the sleep that we need. One of the things that I talk about, different places I go, is people should have 7 to 9 hours of sleep every night. If you're younger, you need more sleep. If you are not in bed 7 to 9 hours, you can't get the amount of sleep you need. So how is that even possible? So as you wind your evening down, you've finished homework with the children, your family meal is over, whatever you do, start turning your lights down in your home. You know, make it a little dimmer, make it a little darker. Turn off your TV, turn off your cell phones, your iPads, whatever devices you have.
Set some new patterns here in 2019 for the family. Kids are like, what are you doing, Mom? What are you doing, Dad? Well, this is what we're doing now.
As a family, we are going to get some good sleep, and it's going to help us be healthier. You know, you might want to read books. You could have some nice soothing music on. You could take warm baths. Whatever you're going to do that relaxes you and your family unit. That way your mind knows it's time to go to bed.
You mentioned the 7 to 9 hours, and I said 2018 was a year full of stories about sleep and what is the right amount, what is too much. That came out as well. But why is that 7 to 9 bracket so important?
If we used to think as we got older we needed less sleep. We found that that's not really the case. We need about 7 hours the older that we get. Your adults, about 7 hours. It's important to get that time, the younger ages, to get the longer times because your body is rejuvenating that whole time. Your cells are
a lot of schools talking about looking at starting times even later so that kids can get more sleep.
And that would be wonderful. That would be absolutely wonderful. I've talked about that for years. My kids are 26 and 25, and you know, in just your natural sleep patterns. We've talked before about kids that are in high school. They don't want to go to bed at 9 o'clock, but they have to get up at 5 to get, you know, on the bus by 6:30. Well, it really should be our elementary students because they are awake. That's their natural sleep patterns. So it'd be very interesting if schools followed what your natural sleep pattern is at what age you are, between junior high, high school, middle school.
Well, let me ask this as we wrap up here today, talking once again about getting back on track, getting back on schedule as far as sleep. sleep is concerned here in the new year. Maybe the resolution everybody needs is to get that 7 to 9 hours, but what are we doing to ourselves? Those of us who just, we have kids at home, we've got scheduled stuff in the afternoons after we get home on the weird schedule we're on. I work a 4 a.m. to 1 p.m. schedule, so I'm getting up early. I'm probably averaging 5.5 to 6.5 hours a night. What are we doing to ourselves?
So we're creating a sleep debt. We call it a sleep debt. If you're not getting that 7 to 9 hours, every night that you're not getting that, you're creating a sleep debt. And like any other debt that we have, financial or what have you, you're going to have to pay it back. Eventually, you're going to pay it back.
And you said you can.
And you can. So your body is going to tell you, I'm done. I am going to bed and I'm done. Or maybe I'm going to get a cold, or maybe I'm going to get the flu, something else that's going to shut my body down so I get the rest that I need. It's really important to make sure that you get as close to that 7 to 9 as possible. If you know you're going to miss on some of that, then think to yourself, well, I'm going to sleep in on Saturday.
You said it's a misconception that you can't get sleep back.
You can get sleep back.
Yeah.
You can get sleep back. And your body will make you do it even if you think you're not going to. It's going to shut you down.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So ultimately here in 2019, things to think about. I think the biggest thing to learn out of this is preparing for sleep might be the resolution you and your family want to take.
It could be so beneficial, and so small steps.
Yeah.
For big benefits.
Heather, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
If you want to learn more about this, you can go to ProMedica.org and search sleep is what you want to look for. And there's also a phone number I wanted to pass along to you, 1-844-24-SLEEP, S-L-E-E-P. And what do you do with that number?
That is our hub number, so our scheduling number. And so if you call there, we can advise you about sleep studies, about sleep physicians within our system. Anything that you have question on sleep, we can help navigate for you.
Okay, once again, I'm going to give that number once again, 1-844-24-SLEEP. Heather, thank you so much.
Thank
and now you are more in touch.
All right, Jeff, thank you very much. Get you caught up for sleep here in the new year.